Chapter 13, 69. Elder Brother, quickly lend me Immortal goo. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Seeing this, Fang Yuan could not help but stare with wide eyes. A rank 9 venerable, with overwhelming prestige that flowed into every goo master's and goo immortal's heart, like a river of fame. But now Fang Yuan saw that Spectral Soul was actually captured by a rank 8 goo immortal. As a matter of fact, who is this Duke Long? He is actually so strong. However, thinking about it, Spectral Soul had died long ago. This is only his soul remaining. If his soul was in top condition, Duke Long would not be able to take him down. But unfortunately, Spectral Soul had resisted the tribulations and made great sacrifices to refine sovereign immortal fetus goo. Even though he succeeded and forced back Heaven Overseeing Tower, the result of his hard work was taken by me. Shadow Sect only had some remnant forces remaining, while Zombie Alliance was wiped out. Their losses were severe. And his own soul was depleted until only a trace was left in Yichim Mountain. After falling into the dream realm and being weakened for so long, it is already unthinkable that he could last this long. Fang Yuan thought about himself. If his soul was thrown into such a massive dream realm, weakened and depleted by it, without using any dream path killer moves, he would only be able to last for a few days. Even though Spectral Soul only had a trace of his soul left, the quality was superb. He could endure such a long period of time. Even now he could still struggle. It was not strange that Duke Long could capture him. After all, Duke Long was strong while Spectral Soul was currently weak. Spectral Soul's era was over. He had once slaughtered the world and his demonic might spread over the 5 regions and 2 heavens. It was a chaotic time period. In his life, he was invincible in the world. He was the strongest being alive and had the greatest status in heaven and earth. However, time flowed like water. He eventually died. After death, and with the appearance of Paradise Earth, Immortal Venerable, Spectral Soul Demon Venerable's influence was greatly reduced. Peace and blessings were brought to this world. Even after Spectral Soul died, he was not resigned to failure. He built Shadow Sect and Zombie Alliance, attempting to defy heaven again. Sword Immortal Bo Ching was his first attempt, but he only managed to become a pseudo-immortal venerable, and his corpse sank into falling heavenly river. Sovereign Immortal Fetus Goo was his second attempt, but the world schemed against him. His hard work of 100,000 years was taken away by Fang Yuan. The failure of Yitian Mountain and Spectral Soul's terrible loss had consumed all of his foundation. But with just Shadow Sect's remnant forces, he still whipped up a storm. Until now, Spectral Soul failed completely and was captured by Heavenly Court's Duke Long. The great era is coming. Antiques like myself should quietly lie down and stop trying to become the main characters of the current era. Oh, Spectral Soul, your era is long gone. Duke Long sighed as he stretched out his hand. Air currents moved and carried Spectral Soul as it entered his phantom aperture. Ah! Purple Mountain. True Monarch screamed at the sky. His eyes were bloodshot. Seeing how Spectral Soul had fallen into captivity, he almost went crazy. Even the main body was captured. All hope was lost. A complete loss! But Purple Mountain True Monarch was a wisdom path goo immortal. After all, he held in the urge to seek out Duke Long for a suicidal attack. That would truly be giving up. He breathed in deeply and moved towards a deeper part of Shadow Sect's blessed land. Running? Why do you think you're going? Duke Long floated in the air. His dragon eyes looked towards Purple Mountain True Monarch with a cold gaze. The entrance of Shadow Sect's blessed land closed, and the Soul Beast army stopped charging out. They returned to defend it. Duke Long laughed arrogantly. He turned around to look at the Super Goo formation and saw that Fairy Z-Wei was making good progress. He aimed at the location of Shadow Sect's blessed land and used an immortal killer move, Dragon Gate. This Dragon Gate was majestic and huge. There were 2 red pillars by the side with a dragon coiling around each of them. Their dragon claws were holding up the top of the gate, firm as a mountain. There were flickering dragon scales and 2 tough dragon bodies. The dragon bodies coiled around the huge pillars. As the dragon's upper bodies looked at each other, The dragon mouths were open with a dragon pearl in each of them, shining like radiant suns, forming a scene of two dragons and two pearls. The dragon gate opened. The interior of Shadow Sect's blessed land could be seen. This immortal killer move, Dragon Gate, could forcefully open blessed lands. Duke Long laughed, stepping in as the Dragon Gate closed, before vanishing. There was an intense battle in the blessed land, but there was no commotion outside. The entire battlefield fell into a peculiar silence. But it could be easily imagined that Shadow Sect's blessed land was definitely not peaceful. With Duke Long inside, the Soul Beast army was definitely attacking him endlessly. What do we do? Southern Border's righteous path. Gu Immortals looked at each other. Suddenly they realized that they had no enemies left. Purple Mountain True Monarch against Duke Long, they were inside Shadow Sect's blessed land. Binding Bing, Heilu Lan, Ying Wu Shi, and the rest were hiding inside the dream realms, with the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies. The only things moving in the battlefield were soul beasts. Countless soul beasts were rampaging the battlefield. A portion of them were inside dream realms. Unable to escape, they were quickly dissolved by the dream realms. Most of the soul beasts saw the dangers of the dream realms and escaped due to their survival instincts. Soul beasts could hunt for all life forms with souls and devour them to strengthen themselves. Southern Border's righteous path. Gu Immortals quickly became the targets of these soul beasts, even though they did not want to fight. Wu Yi Hai, quickly send us into the Gu formation. The Southern Border righteous path, Gu Immortals quickly requested. They did not want to leave. Because now, Shadow Sect lost, Heavenly Court was likely to win, and Heavenly Court had not shown any killing intent towards Southern Border's righteous path. Southern Border's righteous path. Gu Immortals subconsciously thought that Heavenly Court was on their side. After all, they were all in the righteous path. One was Central Continent's righteous path, and the other was Southern Border's righteous path. Of course, there was also another important element that affected their judgment: the dream realm. This dream realm might be extremely scattered now, but from the perspectives of Southern Border's Gu Immortals, it was their resource. It belonged to them. Furthermore, they had witnessed the battle between Duke Long and Purple Mountain True Monarch, as well as Spectral Soul's main body. They finally experienced some of the hidden details of the Battle of Yitian Mountain. The huge secret of a rank 9 Venerable was here. There might be a fortuitous encounter. Who would want to leave? This was Southern Border's Super Gu formation, and all sorts of reinforcements from the super clans were rapidly getting closer. As for Heaven Overseeing Tower and Zuoye Hui, they were still fighting, with both sides in a deadlock. Fang Yuan ordered, "Everyone, work hard to kill these soul beasts. Our reinforcements are coming closer. These soul beasts were sent by the enemy. Killing them is weakening the enemy. If we let these soul beasts leave, there would be a huge problem. This is the responsibility of the righteous path." These words made sense, but the Southern Border righteous path, Gu Immortals, did not listen to him. "Aren't the reinforcements arriving? Let them handle it." "That's right. I am so tired, I need to rest." Even if we are not injured currently, our immortal essence expenditure was huge. We need to save up our battle strength and not waste it. Fang Yuan snorted. "I'm telling you to go, enough nonsense." Southern Border's righteous path. Gu Immortals scolded and cursed, but Fang Yuan ignored them. He was doing something very exciting. That was asking Wu Clan for help. "Quick, it is very dangerous here. The situation is very complex. Quickly send the Gu worms I need over with treasure Yellow Heaven." "No worries, I will bear all the cost myself. Why do I want Bloodline Immortal Gu? I need to use it in the Super Gu formation and increase its power. It is difficult because I am borrowing so many Immortal Gu. Why are you troubled? This is not my first time borrowing Gu." "What? Borrowing Immortal Gu in Wu Clan's internal treasury requires the First Supreme Elder's approval?" Fang Yuan contacted Wu Yong. "Elder brother, quickly lend me a hand." Wu Yong was controlling the Immortal Gu house and rapidly moving. Hearing his brother's words, he replied, "What happened? What help do you need?" "I am sure you know about the situation, brother. I am controlling the Super Gu formation now. This is a great opportunity. It can allow our Wu clan to control this resource point and suppress the other clans. We will be free from our difficult situation. Fang Yuan spoke sincerely. Wu Yong was silent for a moment. This battlefield was not sealed. Southern Border's righteous path, Gu Immortals could communicate with their clans using information path methods. Over at Wu Clan, they only had Fang Yuan and Wu Liao, along with Chao Clan's Gu Immortals. Thus, all of the reinforcements were familiar with the battlefield situation. Wu Yong was no exception. At the crucial moment, Fang Yuan salvaged the situation and took over Qi Gui's spot in the Super Gu formation. Wu Yong naturally knew about this. When he first heard it, he was a little surprised. He did not expect his own brother to have such a strong formation path attainment. But Wu Yong quickly accepted it. Yin, why? Because earlier, Fang Yuan had competed with Qi Shang in terms of formation path. Among them, Chao Silu was involved. Rumors about them had caused a commotion in Southern Border for some time. Fang Yuan exposed his formation path attainment. Everyone was shocked about it, but because of that, everyone could accept this result easily. If Wu Yihai were a Gu Immortal born and bred in Southern Border, he would face great suspicion. The great thing was, Wu Yihai came from Eastern Sea. The Southern Border Gu Immortals did not know much about him. Therefore, Fang Yuan had ample room to act and perform. Wu Yong heard Fang Yuan's words. He could use reputation restriction Immortal Gu to reinforce the Super Gu formation and gain more benefits for Wu Clan. He hesitated. But his hesitation had no suspicion in it. He believed Fang Yuan. He had not suspected that Wu Yihai was an imposter from the very start. His hesitation was about how reliable Fang Yuan's plan was and how successful it could be. If the chances of success were low, and if they failed, what would Wu Clan's political situation become? These were all things that Wu Yong had to consider. As a person in power, he needed to have foresight. He could not focus solely on immediate benefits.